tonight
Time for your weekly dose of pop culture.
with Kathy and Kenny. Welcome to the show.
Welcome. Saturday night. And Kathy and Kenny explain pop culture. And it's Kathy kind of explaining pop culture with you tonight as I wait for my co host. He was having some technical problems and had to reboot his computer. I keep telling him to get an Apple, but he will not do it. At $600, the Mac Mini with the M1 chip is sweet, and of course he'd have to get a monitor. But again, he won't do it. He won't come over to the dark side. We actually had a whole show where we talked Apple versus Android. But that is not our topic for tonight. We want to say hi and welcome to the folks who are tuning in. And I know we had promised you a horror show, and that was supposed to come out in August. And Dion and Ed, two of our hardcore pop culture kids, are going to host that show. And we are working on it. They are working on it. They're getting all their ducks in a line, in a row. Uh, Either way, they're working on it. And when we have that date, hopefully it'll be next Saturday, but it might be later. So I'm not going to promise you anything. And this week's topic, again, Kenny came up with it. So I hope his computer gets him on. He might have to come on the cell phone. But again, always happy to have our pop culture kids with us. Of course, cousin Lisa, hello. Blessings to you and hope you are doing well. As she says, always living life on purpose. I'm kind of hearing the sound going in and out, and it has to be these cables. I might need me some new cables. So, uh, let's see. Kenny is almost there, almost. So, fingers crossed for Kenny. Let's send him the good, positive techno vibes so that he can get the system up and working. Because I was busy behind the scenes, kind of, messing with stuff, and I looked up and I'm like, oh wait, it's 8:32. It's time to go live because Facebook, streaming program we use, StreamYard. Basically, if I'm going to go live to Facebook, and if I don't do it, and that was first 10 minutes, it's not happening. So Kenny is on his way. So we will wait on him. But while we wait on him, I wanted to share this with you. Tonight's show kind of came out of a conversation we had on another show because, again, we come together every week. This is something my brother and I started doing during the pandemic, and we just kept doing it because we're goofy like that. And our lives has been just spent as latchkey kids and immersed in pop culture. So, and we have these stupid, silly, bizarre conversations, but now we do them live on Facebook and YouTube. And you can always catch us on YouTube. K Walk Comedy is the channel, or our Facebook page is Kathy and Kenny Explain Pop Culture. And amazingly, if you Google us, you will get Kathy and Kenny. Especially if you Google Kathy and Kenny, we actually show up. It's kind of weird. The Facebook page will show up, or if you do video, one of these streams will show up because actually we've been doing this over a year since the pandemic has started. We've had the good fortune under unfortunate circumstances to actually do it live a couple times when Kenny was down here. Good evening, my brother from another mother, Ed Brown, in the house. As always, good to see you. Always good to see Ed. But anyway, I was talking about tonight's show, and when Kenny gets here, and gosh, I hope the computer boots up and everything goes well. And I don't know if he can access the show through the uh, um, uh, phone or maybe through a tablet if the computer is not working to get him in here on the show. Otherwise, this is gonna be the world's quickest show because I didn't get enough videos or graphics up, and I was like, "Oh, Kenny will be here, and he'll bring the graphics." But the idea for this show came out of a conversation we had in another show. One show we had where Kenny kind of challenged me to watch a movie I had never seen that was very popular. So I can't be a pop culture kid, talk pop culture. And I guess I hadn't seen this movie. Turns out the movie was Fast and Furious. And I was living life and happy to do so without seeing Fast and Furious. But he made me watch it, and I therefore made him watch a movie he had not seen, which is a pop culture classic, an iconic film, The Princess Bride. So we had to watch each other's movies. And he asked for my assessment of Fast and Furious, and basically it came down to this. But to me, was it not Point Break with cars? There you go. In a nutshell, the whole theme and plot of the Fast and Furious was Point Break with cars. So when we were talking at the end of last week's show about ideas for this week, Kenny said, "Hey, let's." Okay, he is rebooting now, so we will look for him shortly. Hopefully, we'll get him on the stream. Audrey, another one of our Fast and Furious. Another one of our pop culture kids in the house. Hey, Archer. Oh, how are you? But again, we decided to do a show on rehash plots. So, in other words, you've seen it before. You know the plot. It's every rom com you have ever seen. We didn't even list all those because basically that list will be too long. But basically, a movie like Point Break was to me the original, and then the remake or the rehash of it was Fast and Furious, which, like I said, Point Break with cars. I didn't want to get too deep into the list until Kenny got here. Um, and you are so right, Dion. And by the way, like I said, Dion and Ed will be up for our horror show. I'm kind of excited because I need to learn because my horror game is not good. I was talking horror at dinner, and some of the movies that scare me, I you know, aren't I can't go with the bloody slasher kind of movies because I hate it because they manipulate you with that music and get you all scared. And but actually, the movies that scare me the most are the things that can actually happen. Because when I was growing up, I remember it was a TV movie, Sally Fields and Sybil. That movie scared me because I don't know what was scarier. I don't know whether I worried, hey, if I watch this movie, am I going to develop multiple personalities? And I might have. Um, or just, the whole thing with her mother locking her in the closet and all this horrible stuff that people could be so evil. To me, that's scary. I couldn't watch movies like Carrie because then I thought I was going to get telekinetic powers or something. So I am just really scary. Okay. My Chrome is coming up now. We have got to get you an apple, bro. Bro. Oh, that is so sad. I'm still looking for the ducks to put in a row, but it's going to be a killer show. Oh, I am so excited. I am so excited for that horror show because I need to learn some things and up my horror game. Let's see. That was a great movie. Which one was that? I don't know. Same. Um, movies are in reality are scary. And you know what? Recently, with everything with the pandemic and political stuff or whatever, there are two movies that I'm telling you, when I watch these two movies, and I know I'm going off on a tangent, and I'm not really talking about tonight's topic, but we're waiting for Kenny's uh, PC, Windows, laptopy thing to boot itself up. Because, that's the way he rolls. He will not go with an apple. But in any case, there were two movies, V for Vendetta and Idiocracy with Luke Wilson. Um, I remember when I watched that movie, it was supposed to be a comedy, but that scared the heck out of me because the whole premise of the show was that we reached a point where like smart people were kind of too busy to have babies. So I guess I would be a smart person. Um, but like, all the really, really dumb people started really procreating, and pretty soon we were living in a world where i- idiots ruled, and like a pro wrestler was the president, and you know trash piled up high and ridiculous. And again, it was a comedy, but the premise of it scared me. And also V for Vendetta, that one scared me too. And stuff like 12 Monkeys, like stuff that could maybe happen. And again, okay, 12 Monkeys can't happen with Bruce Willis going back in time, and Brad Pitt with the hands and being all crazy. But the idea of uh, some mad scientists unleashing a disease on folks, and okay, I'm gonna leave that one alone. So what do we have? Dion is saying, Sybil was the one I was talking about. Yes, Sybil to me, and again, wasn't scary in the traditional like Freddy Krueger kind of movie. Although I will say I did enjoy Scream because it poked fun of the formula and poked fun of it. But oddly enough, I didn't like the and nothing against, no shade on the Wayans brothers, but I didn't like the spoofs of the movies or the horror movies that they made. I think they made one that was a spoof of Scream. So now we're getting Kenny's play by play. So, and this is what he does. He does it on his phone, letting us know Facebook is now loading. Right. All three of those examples are real life now. Idiocracy, 12 Monkeys, and V for Vendetta. So that is really scary. So you know what? And I know we are waiting on Kenny, but since we are waiting on him, I'm going to at least press on with one of our first examples, and he'll come back and comment on it later. I know he will, but when we talk about the formula, the coming of age movie. Yes, the coming of age movie, and there are tons of them. You can probably list them for me in the comments, but I don't know. He has like Breakfast Club and um Damn Skippy Archer. Yes, it is scary that all three of those movies. But Stand By Me, and of course the classic, The Sandlot, which that's another movie. I hate to say there's some movies I wish I would have watched in the theater, but I know a lot of my movie knowledge comes from the fact that HBO and Cinemax and Showtime exists, because I wound up watching them in the reruns. Um, but The Sandlot is one that I think I watched it for the first time about 2 or 3 years ago. Um, but again, all those coming of age movies. All right. Hey, we'll be here. And hopefully by the time you get back, Lisa, Kenny will be here as well. Because he's on break. Yeah, we were on a break. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just in a really, really weird mood. I am utterly exhausted. School starts for students on Monday. So just those of you of faith, say a prayer, and let's hope everything goes well and everybody stays safe. But again, the coming of age movie, and there are tons of these. I know the one formula Kenny didn't put in there because there's a whole series of movies, um, Boys in Prep School with the whole coming of age. Oh, what's the one with Robin Williams standing on the chair? And gosh, Ed, you know it. Help me out, because uh, oh, like you would not believe. I can. Kitty with the play by play. Loading the link now. I will be on in a second. I still don't see you backstage yet, Kenny. So, uh, good. Was it Goodwill Hunting? Okay. Oh, and you know what? I'm thinking of there's Goodwill Hunting, but what's the one, Kenny, with the Oh, with Tom Cruise where they're in the prep school and they Timothy Hutton, and he's got the gun. He's like, "Oh, it's beautiful, man." And oh, that's the one I was thinking of. Not Goodwill Hunting. Dead Poet Society. Dead Poet Society is the one with but any of those movies with boys in prep schools, or I don't know. To me, they all seem the same. Oh, Taps. That's the one I'm thinking of. Kenny, stop putting comments in the comment and get on the screen. Where are you, dude? You're the one who wanted to keep this thing going, and now you got me out here swinging in the wind all by myself. But hey, we'll go on. We'll go on. Ed always to the rescue. Thank you, Ed, because my brain don't always work right. Ah, that's right. All right, what other movies do I have? Okay, his other formula is okay. Now he's loading the camera. We're getting like the play by play. See, he's out there running the streets. I'm trying to run the show. I don't know what happened. Although I was running the streets pretty early today because I had teachers who wanted to get into the building and things to do and stuff to print off and all kinds of crap. But anyway, here's another formula you see all the time. And I know we might have missed a few movies. So if there are movies that you know, list them in the comments. Crew of Misfits. The one example Kenny gave was The Replacements. And I actually just watched that the other day because, again, Keanu. Um, any movie with Keanu is it's Keanu-y goodness. And you know what? I am so upset because I used to have a channel on my Fire Stick, like Sports Prime, that had 24/7 movie star shows, and there was a Keanu channel that I could watch. A Walk in the Clouds is probably one of my favorite all-time Keanu Reeves movies all time. Huh, Little Nicky. And I think that's Adam Sandler, I know, but I don't think I've seen Little Nicky. I think, Happy Madison might fall more in well, I guess when he was talking Crew of Misfits, he was thinking along the lines of sports movies because he mentioned movies like, The Replacements and The Longest Yard, although he didn't say which Longest Yard, and Dodgeball, and what else is a good Crew of Misfits movie? Oh, wait a minute now. He's backstage. He is here. Oh, goodness, ladies and gentlemen. Without further ado, my co-host. He's only what 25 minutes late, but CP time.
Hey, 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 hey. Hey everybody,
Hey,
how y'all
hey,
doing?
hey,
Thanks
you're
for sticking with look,
here.
I had to totally reboot. It had nothing to do with me having a PC. I think something's wrong. I gotta check my virus protection and everything else. I am sorry for me. I
Oh, it's gonna be a rough night. And that is a bad place to kind of freeze. Lord have mercy. I don't know what happened, Kenny. You totally froze. So you might have to reboot again. Are you back? Now he is gone. I can see you backstage, but when I put you up on the screen, I get nothing. So I'm not quite sure what's going on with that. All right. He's gonna play around on his end to see. Oh, can you call in or can you join via video? You know what? Because actually my phone is in the other room charging. So
All right, well,
I'm
we
gonna
don't have
see if
to.
I
Okay,
can. Are you gonna try it again? How?
what?
Okay, you're back because you were talking and you froze, and then I took you
Oh, really?
down. I tried to bring you
Okay.
up, and it came up
All
black.
right. My bad. My bad.
The
Totally
night
my
of
bad.
technical
Okay.
issues. You know what? I'm gonna invite or at least put the link in. Um, I'm gonna
Oh,
put the
that'd be
link.
great. Put the link
I'm gonna
in
put the
so we can actually
link,
see people.
and we can
Yeah.
see in chat.
Yeah, I like to
I
see
didn't even
people.
think of that. And
I
had
like
I
to see
thought of
people.
that, I would have done
That's
that
the link.
earlier.
That's the
Since
link.
you weren't on the screen,
I know you
so
should
that
do
we
that
could bring
earlier
people in.
because we could have checked out Ed's new camera.
Oh, it got a new camera. Oh, so that means that Ed and Dion's show
So
is gonna happen.
yeah, I think we should do Ed and Dion next week. I
Oh,
think we should
okay.
do Ed and Dion next week. I think we should do the horror show next week because I
I hear
have some
you.
things going on next week, and then I won't have to prepare anything next week. So that's great.
That sounds excellent. I was just saying school starts next week, so
Yeah. So Ed and Dion taking over next week would be an awesome
that would
venture.
be
Now,
awesome. So we put the
I
link.
think the crew of misfits. I think the crew of misfits storyline. Nothing's more perfect than that. I mean, replacements is a good one. I love the scene in replacements where they shoot the car. I'm a SOB, huh? I'm an SOB, huh? Oh, okay. Boom, boom,
Well,
boom, boom,
you
boom.
know what?
I love that.
We put the link in the description. So let's test out the new camera and welcome to Pop Culture Kids. Ed Brown, #1 pop culture kid.
Oh, Ed Brown's in the house.
And he's
Ed
got
Brown's
his shirt
in the
on.
house.
I have my t-shirt.
Ed Brown is in the house.
Yep.
Ed Brown is in the house with his shirt on and everything. Look at you, Ed. Ed, how you doing, brother?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good, brother. I am good. Ed Brown is in the house with his shirt on and everything. Ed's my man. Ed's my man.
I'm all right. I just got the camera set up, and I'm pretty excited right now.
That is nice. The camera's looking good.
Thank you.
Looking good.
I don't want to hear about your person.
So, Ed, we're talking,
Kevin
and
looks
you
great,
know
man.
movies. We're talking plots
Kevin
that
looks great.
come up over and over again. What are some of the plots that you've seen in movies coming up over and over again?
I think for me, the one plot that I really enjoy.
What are some of the plots that you've seen in movies?
You know what? I'm getting like the audio keeps coming in and in and in. It's kind of repeating.
Okay.
So
Good.
I'm not
Probably
sure.
if you put on headphones, that would help it.
Let me turn down my volume.
Yeah,
I might not be able to hear you.
Yeah, turn down your volume. Yeah, turn down your volume.
So Ed's going to take care of that, and we'll bring
We
Ed
gotta
back
get
in
you
a second.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But
you can't
now,
talk
Ed.
crew of misfits. Yeah. Can you hear us, Ed? You can't hear us.
Okay. So for Ed, he might have to put in headphones.
Put in headphones. You can't talk crew of misfits without my dodgeball.
Okay.
I think I figured it out.
Okay, you figured it out? Okay.
I don't hear the echo.
Okay.
How's the audio sound on your end? Good?
It sounds good.
All right.
Yeah, it's good. It's great. I
I think, and I was going to say it, and I I heard you say it already, but I kind of like when the European bad guys come in to the big building and they take over, and then they need a hero to come in and save the day. And you know what? Coincidentally,
And not at
sometimes it
Christmas
happens at Christmas.
Yes.
I should have known.
Yes. Yes.
I should have
Yes.
known.
Yes.
That was going to
That
happen.
is it. It's my man. And so sometimes it happens at Christmas. Sometimes it might happen
Sometimes
in
it does.
Washington. Sometimes it might happen
Would
in
you
LA.
see this? You know, it says a good day to die
Sometimes
hard.
it might happen. Somebody. Okay.
Nothing about Christmas.
Sometimes it,
That's all I'm saying. That's why I did that intentionally.
Thank you, Dion.
it's all about Christmas.
I knew that was going to happen. I knew that was
But
going to happen.
I think the rehash.
But when that
I think
plot
the rehash
happens,
episode-
that happened on Passenger 57.
Yep.
Yes.
Is the same
I don't
plot
know.
as
I'm
Die
sure
Hard.
there's
It's
other,
Die
I'm sure
Hard
there's
on
other
a plane.
movies.
Yeah.
There's
I mean,
other
you could
movie. Yeah, Die
probably
Hard on a
put
plane.
some. You could probably also put like incorporate the films with planes as well. I mean, you've got Passenger 57 and Con Air. I mean, Terror in the Sky. You know what I mean?
Terror in the Sky.
Yeah.
Oh, what was
yeah,
the Holly
yeah.
Berry one? She
Executive
Holly Berry?
executive decision.
decision. I think Steven
Kurt
Seagal was in
Russell.
it for a little bit.
Oh wait. Oh
Yeah,
okay.
that was Steven Seagal. Didn't he die in that?
Yeah, he gets killed off in like the first 30 minutes.
Yeah,
So,
good.
it was
You
a
know
good
what?
film.
You know what the
Yeah,
other
yeah.
the other
Kill off
plot
Steven
line
Seagal in the
too
beginning.
is
Yeah.
the president in peril.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when you got somebody who's
Oh.
got to, you know, protect the president or
Oh, so you're talking what's the one with Jamie Foxx and
White House
Ted
Down.
Kim? White House Down, Air Force One. What's the one?
I think
with the,
Jamie Foxx was in executive order too. I'm not sure. Not 100% sure.
I think that was Morris Chestnut, wasn't it?
I think I think Jamie Foxx was in that film.
Yeah, Air Force One with Harrison Ford. Yeah,
Not Air Force One, but great film.
yeah, that's the President in Peril.
Yep. President in Peril.
Okay, I think it's time.
Kurt
Audrey, I
Russell
love
and-
you, Audrey. I love
and-
Audrey.
and Holly Berry was it
Yeah.
were both an executive decision, but I don't know. I don't think Jamie Foxx was in that, unless
No,
I missed
but
it. I blinked.
but I want you to put Audrey's
John
comment.
Leguizamo and Steven Seagal, but
I remember
not-
John Leguizamo in it, but
Yeah, I don't.
I'm going to do a
put
quick
Audrey's
fact
comment-
check live.
Audrey's comment.
So let me see.
Hey, Ed, Audrey wants you to do the jazz hands for Die Hard.
Yeah.
Come on, Ed, do the jazz hands.
I'm doing some research right now.
He's doing his research. All right, another rehash plot that you see a lot, and this is how they kind of pitch movies, because basically that's what we should have called the show, Kenny. What's the pitch? Because you know, when they go to make movies, another one is Fish Out of Water. So you had Eddie Murphy and Beverly Hills Cop, and
Beverly Hills Cop, which is a classic. That's a classic Fish Out of Water.
Enchanted, Elf, and Sister Act.
You know what? I really didn't. I'm one of a few people that did not like Elf.
You didn't like Elf? Elf is my favorite. How could you not like
I'm just
Elf?
not a big fan of Elf.
I agree with
I
Ken.
don't know. It's not funny. It's
Kenny's
not
right.
funny.
I don't know what's wrong with you.
It's
Elf
not
is
Elf,
a Christmas
wait,
movie.
Elf is not fetch.
Elf is fetch. Elf is way
Elf
fetch.
is not fetch.
It's fetch. Okay, you would love it. And this is a total sidebar that has nothing to do with anything, but I bought a pair of pajamas that are clueless pajamas, and they are indeed very fetch. Anyway,
Speaking of pajamas,
now I don't know whether
our
Ghost
parents
is in the
called
Fish
me
Out
one
of
day.
Water movie.
No, that's not.
I kind of would throw that into the
Don't have a
romantic
dead people
comedies.
category. That's a dead person.
That's a what?
Movie? Yeah, that's not a comedy. He dies.
Because he dies.
Ghost is not a comedy. He dies.
Okay, it's not a romantic It's not a rom com, but
And
it's
everybody's dying in the movie.
okay. Well,
That's more of a
here's
drama.
here's the next category.
That was Ghost of comedy. That was Ghost of comedy. What kind of movies are you watching? That Ghost of the comedy.
Is that just one of the guys?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Just one of the guys.
Yes.
Wedding Crashers.
This is the liar category.
This is what?
This is the liar category.
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
The liar category.
I think actually this is my last slide because I ran out of time.
These are people. Yeah.
And yes, Dion, you are right. So in that sense, it was a rom-com.
Category of people who had to tell.
Well, you didn't include liar, liar with
Whoopi in it. Anything with Whoopi in it is golden because Whoopi's my fantasy woman.
You didn't include liar, liar.
You know
with,
what? I've never seen
Carrie.
Liar, Liar, so I didn't conclude it.
Okay. But again, the whole premise,
and these are all movies with deception. Yeah, I know. People who have to tell lies in a story, and that's what drives the story, that they live in a lie. And that's with just one of the guys, because everybody thought she was a guy and it was really a girl. And she kissed the guy at the prom. Everybody's looking like, what the heck? Because it's the 80s and you don't kiss guys in the 80s. Even though guys were dressed like girls in the 80s, but still, you don't do that. And speaking of my success, he lied about Can't Buy Me Love is another. Well, that's in another. I got Can't Buy Me Love in another category, Audrey.
Okay.
Even though Can't Buy Me Love is a lie, I have that in another category. And one of my favorites liar things is Wedding Crashers. Because I love Vince Vaughn. Like Vince Vaughn totally gets abused in the beginning of that movie. And he's like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Like you try it. Like you know, like he gets shot. He gets beat up on a football field. He gets shot. Everything happens to Vince Vaughn, while the other guy's trying to get trying to get with the girl. So it's hilarious.
What is your favorite Vince Vaughn movie?
That's hard. I don't know whether that would be Fred Claus or Wedding Crashers or Dodgeball.
I have a favorite, and it's not necessarily a comedy role. It's a very dark comedy.
Swingers.
It's a small movie called Clay Pigeons, which starred Joaquin Phoenix, and Vince Vaughn is the bad guy, and he chews up scenery like nobody's business. I love it. And
Vince Vaughn is always going to.
It's not his movie per se. He's only got a bit role in it, but his scenes in Mr. and Mrs. Smith are just
I thought
like
you were going to say
classic
that
Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn is the kind of actor.
We're on high alert, Mom. You almost got shot.
Vince Vaughn is the kind of actor where if he hits a scene in any movie, even if it's a small scene, he's going to dominate because his comic timing is perfect.
Yep.
It's kind of like Farrell's role in Wedding Crashers.
Mm.
Do you remember Vince Vaughn in Jurassic Park 2?
Was such no, I never saw
Jurassic Park 2.
Yeah, he was in it.
Okay.
He was an animal rights activist.
Did he get eaten by a dinosaur?
No, he doesn't. He tries to save them. He's very good in it. Juliana Moore's in it. Jeff Goldblum.
Really? Yeah, okay. I've loved Jeff Goldblum since Thank God It's Friday.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So,
Thank God It's
and
Friday.
again, I
Love this
didn't have
story.
time to work on any more as far as movie clips, but I know our next section, Kenny, was misfits who want to fit in.
And there's Can't Buy Me
So, what movies did you have on that
And
list?
that's where that's where Can't Buy Me Love, Audrey. That's where that fits in. Because Ronald McDonald Miller wanted to fit in. In order to fit in, he paid her. He paid the girl to say that they were dating for like 2 weeks.
Yes, he
And
did.
Ronald McDonald Miller became popular. And you know what I love also? I love the remake of this movie, which is Love Don't Cost a Thing with Nick Cannon and Christina Milian. I love that one too. It's a total remake of that.
So it's a
And
okay.
that's yeah,
Did we
yeah.
we've done a show
Love
on
Don't
remakes,
Cost
haven't we? Or have
Yeah,
we?
yeah, yeah. Love Don't Cost a Yeah, I think we have, but Love Don't Cost a Thing. We have to look back and see what we've done so far. But the Love
I
Don't
know.
Cost a Thing is a remake. Ronald McDonald Miller is the original guy that he just doesn't want to. He doesn't want to be ignored in his senior years. So he makes up this plan so he can fit in with everyone else. Another movie like that has Never Been Kissed with Drew Barrymore, who tries to fit in it's actually Drew Barrymore can come up with it's with Person That Lies and Misfit that wants to fit in because she was a misfit when she was in high school and now she's lying when she gets older because she's a reporter because she wants a story. So she's lying and she's a misfit that wants to fit in because she's trying to fit in and she doesn't really get cool in the movie until her brother shows up and makes her cool by association. And now she's a misfit. So and then once she gets in with the in crowd, and most of these misfit movies that try to fit in, once they get in with the in crowd, they realize being with the in crowd is not that great. Like it's not everything you wanted it to be. Because as you know, Ronald McDonald Miller, after he got ostracized by everyone, he was like, Kenny's just trying to what was the cat? Was it Kenny? Just trying to make friends and help her out, and you want to beat him up over it, and you can't beat him up over it. And he stood up for his friend that trying to help somebody else study, and Ronald McDonald Miller got ostracized because he realized being one of the cool kids wasn't that great, and and the same thing with Teen Wolf with
Michael J. Fox.
Michael J. Fox and Teen Wolf. He wanted to be one of the cool kids. He realized he was a werewolf, and he became one of the cool kids because he was a werewolf and he let his powers out. Oh, Audrey Lucas is another one. Lucas wanted to be one of the cool kids. He wanted to fit in, and he joined the football team in order to do that. And Corey Haim is a Haim. Anyway, he's passed away. Rest in peace. But that scene at the end of Lucas, when he walks into his lock and he opens it up, and everybody starts, yes, yeah, Ed, you know that. Everybody starts doing a slow clap and a fast
Yeah.
clap, and they started, and then the one guy that always teases him goes, "All right, Lucas," and
Yeah.
it just, it
The
just,
feel good moment.
I verklempt. I was verklempt. I was verklempt. Even thinking about it now, and poor Corey Haim is dead right now. So I was verklempt. All right, Lucas. And he loved the girl, and the girl liked Charlie Sheen
Yep.
instead of him because she wanted disease. But
There was an element of that kind of misfit trying to fit in to a lot of those movies of the 80s and the John Hughes oeuvre because he always included misfits like that.
Yeah.
whether it was Ducky or whoever the
Better
Anthony
off dead.
Michael Hall
What's it?
character was.
He was the geek in 16 Candles. They actually called him the
Yes,
geek.
Anthony. Yeah, yeah,
The geek.
yeah. That was his name. The geek.
Anthony Michael Hall.
Farmer Ted. Farmer Ted.
Farmer Ted.
We don't care, geek.
So, what other? You also have Teen Wolf.
Yes, Teen Wolf. As he found out he had the werewolf powers, so now all of a sudden he fits in. He's really popular because he has the werewolf powers. And he gets real popular. And there's a lot of movies like that with a guy, with a dorky kid gets really popular all of a sudden. And then you realize the popularity isn't what he thought it was.
Well, there was a movie in the 90s called She's All That, where it was kind of the reverse, where the girl
Yes.
actually became popular, even though she really didn't care about it. You know,
Yeah.
she became popular because of a bet between two football players. And, you know, again, she didn't really want to have anything to do with it, but she had no choice in the matter because she was she elected homecoming queen in that film?
I don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah, Freddie Prinze was in it. The guy that was in Fast and Furious that passed away, Paul Walker.
Paul Walker, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
he played the heavy.
What
Yeah, what
10 things I hate. 10 things I hate about you. Would that be in there?
Well, wasn't 10 Things I Hate About You like a remake or a retelling of a Shakespeare? I want to say, or was it Shakespeare or was it Emma? I have to go back and look it
I
up.
don't know. Yeah, I have to look that
See,
up.
we got
I
Ed
don't
on
know.
screen. He can't be our fact checker. But 10 Things
No,
I
no,
Hate
10
About
Things
You, I think
I
was
love I love
was
10
the
things because that
like
actress in 10
retelling
things
of a
about I hate about
classic, just like you had like Romeo and Juliet, and the retelling was West Side Story, and that's one
because
you don't have on the list. So
that actress in 10 things I hate about you is totally hot. She's the same one that saved the last dance.
is that Julia
Julia
Stiles.
Stiles.
Yes. Julia Stiles is totally hot.
Okay.
Yes, Julia
You,
Stiles.
you always take us down these.
It was adapted from the William Shakespeare's play, The Taming of the Shrew.
Taming
See,
of the
there's
Shrew.
and still
See,
on
that's
even though
been
it's
done a couple times. Like I think Dangerous Liaisons was also kind of I think, adaptation of Taming of the Shrew, if I'm not mistaken. I could be
okay.
wrong. Julia Stiles, Heath Ledger. Ah,
I can see that
disappointing.
being part of Taming of the Shrew because he has to woo the girl to kind of tame her, and he does in a way.
And that movie
Um,
actually gives writing credit to William Shakespeare. That's
really, and
that's
Yes, he
you know,
does.
at least on the Internet Movie Database. So hey.
that
Yes,
movie
it does.
also featured, I think, one of the first roles for Gabrielle Union.
She played Chastity.
Yes,
Ah,
she was the one where her friend didn't want to go, and she wanted to go, and she's like, "All right, well, you lost. I'm going." So yeah, Gabrielle Union, a young Gabrielle, and Gabrielle Union kind of looks the same today as she did back then.
Yes, she does.
why doesn't
Yeah,
she age? What's that
yeah, I know
about?
she can get it too. She can get
Um
it too.
So, all right,
Gabrielle Union.
your final category of movies, rehash plots, things that come up over and over again. In this
Workaholics with
category
life
is
lessons.
workaholic learns a life lesson. So,
So I think one of the more popular ones is Click.
Click. That was with Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler, yes. He kind of worked his way through life and he like clicked through and he worked so hard. He gave his family everything he wanted to, but he was clicking through life and he missed everything else.
See, I didn't think that movie was that popular. Did people actually watch that?
Yeah, people watch Click. It's Adam Sandler. People watch Adam Sandler movies.
And then again, I
Click is
know
not
like
like
Happy
that.
Gilmore or whatever, but my favorite is always going to be Big Daddy. I just like Scuba Steve. I just like Big Daddy.
No, I didn't like Big Daddy as much as and my favorite Adam Sandler movie. Um, Just go with it.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Just go with it. I love Just Go With
I'm
It.
gonna get
And
chocolate
I love Blended
Blended was good. Yeah. Well,
and Grown
he
Ups. Yeah,
has
I want
very
to get
good
chocolate
chemistry
wasted.
with
Grown
Drew
Ups.
Barry. He has very good chemistry with Drew Barrymore and with
And
Jennifer Aniston.
Jennifer Aniston. Yes, he has good chemistry with both of them.
But he
Yes.
did
In real
another
life, he
movie
would
where
never have a shot. Oh. Speaking of Adam Sandler, I always bring up my comic book guy from um
you're
Frankenstein
always so
Comics
faithful as a comic book guy.
and Woodbury Heights, Frankenstein Comics and Woodbury Heights. Bill, my comic book guy. I told him I'd shout him out. Um, but in Woodbury Heights, New Jersey, go to Frankenstein Comics. Bill, my comic book. He's a great conversationalist, but he always asks me when I go in there,
I was
"What's the
like, did he
topic
pay
this
for
week?" And I
this
tell him,
plug?
"No, he didn't pay for this plug. He gives me a discount on my comic books."
Okay.
Anyway, so he asked me what the and I told him, and he
You are
said,
working for
"This is
Brad. That's sad.
I know this is
Buy some
interesting enough.
ethics.
This is Ed, and tell me what you think about this." He said, "Rehashed plots. Happy Gilmore is actually Star Wars rehash plot. Young guy gets a mentor that shows him how to win Obi-Wan, and then the mentor dies, Carl Weathers, and in the final shot, he hears the mentor in his head to win the game and defeat the oppressive golf people and defeat the Empire. He linked Happy Gilmore as a rehash plot of Star Wars. Bill,
And
Bill, my comic book guy
Happy,
at
so
Frankenstein
Happy
Comics,
Gilmore is Star Wars with golf. That's what you're bringing me.
as a rehash plot. Yes.
I mean,
So I can
without
go into
without the
Internet
guy
Movie
dying,
Database and post that as a plot line.
without the
Yes.
guy dying, I mean, you have a lot of movies that rehash where you've got the mentor and mentee relationship. Look at Mr. Miyagi and Danielson from The Karate Kid.
Ah, there you go.
You know,
Yeah, but
I know
I
Mr.
think for that the mentor has to
So that
die.
would be uh so the professional would be the Karate Kid with guns, or is it Leon? I don't know. It
I don't know.
depends
If
on.
I don't know if I've ever seen.
You've never seen the
Professional.
professional?
Oh God, here we go again. I got yelled at today
You
by
might
my best.
no.
I
It
got
was
yelled at
also
today by my
released
best.
overseas as Leon, so you might have seen it as Leon.
No, I
Please
never
tell me
seen it.
you've seen the
No,
professional
I've never seen. Look, I got yelled at
with
earlier
Natalie
today.
Natalie
I
Portman.
got yelled.
Yep.
I got
Natalie
yelled at.
Portman.
I got yelled at earlier today because I've never seen Ali.
Because you've
I
never
was
seen the
told to
what?
I've never seen Ali.
Ali.
Pop
Oh,
culture
okay.
card and your black card, both of them.
Yeah, I know. I was told to hand in my black card because I've never seen Ali.
But I can't see.
Ed, you didn't
Ed,
see Ali,
surely
did you?
you have seen the professional.
I haven't seen The Professional in a while. I'll grant you that. But
Oh, no, okay.
it was a very young Natalie Portman and the French guy.
Right. Oh,
Yeah,
Jean,
I know who was in
Think
the
of his name.
professional.
Jean Reno.
Yeah.
But
So
it
But
is
I
excellent.
Ed,
Oh,
did you
plus
see
you
Ali?
got,
I saw Ali.
Gary Oldman
You
as the
saw
bad guy.
you saw
As
Ali?
only Gary
saw
Oldman
Ali.
can bad guy. He's like
Your show
the
off,
best
Ed.
at bad guying. We need a bad guy.
You showed
Let's
off, Ed.
see who's available. Well, Gary Oldman. Let's get him in here. Book of Eli, The Professional. Gary Oldman. He's good at bad guying. That's our bad guy. But anyway, it's an excellent movie. You need to see it. I'm not a big shoot 'em up kind of person, but in Leon
I
or The
like a
Professional,
good
whatever
shoot
you
'em
want to
up.
call it,
I like a good
yes,
shoot 'em up.
yes, and yes again. I'm sorry.
Okay,
But you know
well,
what? The one movie I
Ali,
must talk about in this category, Kenny, is one of my favorites of all time. I'm not a big Nick Cage fan. Um, I like him when he's being very Nick Cagey, like in Con Air. Um, it's just classic Nick Cageisms all over the place. But the Family Guy, he's not as Nick Cagey as he can be,
I
but it is
love the
such
Family
a
Guy,
good movie. I mean,
and the
it's A
Family Guy is a
Wonderful
Christmas
Life
movie.
all over again,
Can we
but
agree that the Family Guy is a Christmas movie?
we can agree that the Family Man, I'm sorry, not the Family Guy, the Family Man
The Family Man.
is a
The Family
Christmas
Guy
movie.
is Stewie,
That's
which is hilarious. I love Stewie and Brian, but the Family Man, yes.
the Family Man. I love this movie. I don't know why.
Okay,
I don't
so
know.
Ali's on Amazon Prime, so I'm gonna watch that this week.
So there you go. Um, yeah, the Family Guy. I keep saying the Family Guy. The Family Man is one
Family
of
Man
my
is a great
favorites,
movie. It's a great
and
movie. It's an awesome movie.
I don't know what about
Also
it that I love so much, but
workaholics learn the life lesson. Pretty Woman, Richard Gere.
Mm.
He learns a life like he's a workaholic and he likes to destroy things, and he sleeps with a prostitute. And now he wants to build things.
uh, and oh, is that? I don't know. I kind of think that's a stretch,
So
but okay.
so so yeah, I know. Well, he's a workaholic, and he wants
Hmm.
to tear things down, and then he sleeps with a prostitute, and now he wants to build things and make things right from sleeping with a prostitute.
Okay.
We should all sleep with prostitutes to make things right.
Whatever male fantasy gets you through. Uh, eh.
Cause all prostitutes
That's
look
a
like
movie
Julia
I
Roberts.
never got the hype about. I'm like, you
Cause all
know,
prostitutes look like Trading Places.
yes.
Um, yeah, but what is that?
Because Dan
What
Aykroyd,
rehash
he was
plot?
like,
What rehash plot is that though?
Trading Places.
Is
But
that the
that's
rich
that
guy
whole
learning?
kind of
Is that the rich
right,
guy learning how to be poor?
right. Well, no, that because he was one of those kind of workaholic types that kind of got his comeuppance and had to
He
learn
wasn't
this
a
big life
workaholic. He was a
lesson.
suck up. He was a bougie suck up. He wasn't a workaholic. He's a bougie suck up that hung out at the country club. He wasn't a workaholic. He was a guy who went from rags to riches and learned that from riches to rags rather, and learned that being poor wasn't so bad. Then he went back and got his riches back because he's a white guy and he couldn't be poor for too long.
With the
So,
help
and
of
the
Eddie
last
Murphy.
movie you have on that list is
With the
Hook.
help of Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
And I want to tell you something.
He still learns a
With
lesson.
Eddie Murphy said when he filmed that he had no clue what the stock market was all about. He was just shouting
Wow.
things that they told him to shout out. So he was in the middle of the stock market just shouting things. He didn't know what he was doing. He said, "Dude, I had no clue what they were talking about. They just told me what to say, and I said it. Like I didn't understand a thing about that whole stock market scene." Also, another a classic from a workaholic learning a lesson is Hook.
Okay.
Hook, because he had no time for his kids. He had no time for anything else but working. And then when his kids got kidnapped and he had to go back and be a kid again and be Peter Pan, he'd be the Pan again. Then he
I
loosened
wasn't
up.
a big fan of Hook.
I was a big fan of Hook. I like Hook. I like the scene where he started to play with them and started imagining with them on what was going on and everything. And then Rufio was actually the guy that played Rufio. I don't know his name. He was actually in um the remake of Can't Buy Me Love, Love Don't Cost a Thing. He was in that as a poet because he actually does spoken word poetry in real life. the guy that plays
I should
Rufio.
know that.
So he was in Love Don't Cost a Thing, which is a remake of Can't Buy Me Love, which you talked about earlier. The guy that plays Rufio, and he was doing a poem that was actually, I wish I heard the whole poem, because the piece that he did, the segment that he showed, the poem was the spoken word piece was pretty dope.
Well, you know what? Before we leave, because it's just about time for us to go, maybe Ed, you can give us a little preview and tell us a little bit about what you're going to talk about next week when you and Dion kind of take over with our horror show.
Well, one thing I want to bring up is that Dion is just putting so much work into this. I got to admit, compared to what she's doing, I'm doing nothing. But we're going to talk about, what makes a good horror movie. What are the good elements? We're also going to discuss great horror movies and maybe not so great horror movies. So hopefully we make some fans out of some people here.
Ed,
Um,
Ed, you guys got an hour. I'm just throwing it out there like that. You got an hour.
That's okay, because you know what? We can continue it in October during Halloween.
When Halloween comes.
So
You know,
whatever we don't finish next Saturday, as long as it's okay with Dion, we'll go ahead and
I
do it
didn't
on
realize I
Halloween.
wasn't showing our names on here.
I didn't come to how did you come in our show and plan a segue to another show like a spin? How
A
you come to
part
our show
two.
and plan a spinoff? I don't
Hey,
understand.
As a matter of
What is-
fact, I already checked out the dates, and the Saturday before Halloween is Mischief Night, and that's perfect. That's perfect for the next show, the next horror show.
You guys do next week, and then you guys do the mischief night
and
show.
then they
Because I'll be out causing
That's
mischief.
awesome.
Kenny, we expect some fact checking from you.
No,
Yeah, that's right, Kenny. You're gonna sit back there and fact check.
Yeah, you can expect
the
what you
word.
want to expect. I'm going to be over here drinking. I don't understand. I don't.
Well, Ed, thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you
And
for having me.
again,
Thank you,
filling
brother.
in
It's
that-
always good to see you, brother.
all right.
Absolutely.
Brown,
Brad.
ladies and gentlemen, Ed Brown, number one
Brown.
ace pop culture kid, always
Getting
with
down
facts. He will
with
be
Ed
here
Brown.
next week. Ed Brown and Dion will be talking all about horror, and evidently they'll be back in October too. So
Yeah,
hey,
they kind
they got us
of bullied
covered.
us. They kind of bullied us into like a second show. I don't understand.
I'm just happy to have them. I'm excited. We are so happy to have you guys here. Thank you so much for hanging out with us on yet another Saturday
Cassie?
night.
Cassie,
Yes.
I want to say something. If you have an idea for a show, you can let us know so we can do that show. If you have an idea for a topic that we can cover, we will cover that topic. And if you have great video and sound that we can get you on, we will get you on to do that show. So, reach out to us because we are all a big pop culture community and everybody's a pop culture kid. So come on and hang out with us and get a chance. Like Audrey, if you have a good idea, come on. Come on. Because Audrey's here. Like
Come on,
Lisa, if you
come on. Be a part of the show and have fun because that's what we do. Kenny, you froze up again a little bit.
no, you froze up. You froze
And
up.
I froze up. Oh, sorry. Anyway,
Froze up.
great show, great time, great having Ed on, and great having you guys hang out with us as usual. We are here every
Next week is
Saturday
the
night,
horror show.
8:30 Eastern Standard Time. For those of you on the East Coast facing Henri, be safe, be careful.
Yes,
We
please.
will be praying for you and your safety. And for those everywhere else down here in the southern region where this Delta seems to be doing some damage, be safe, be careful, mask when you need it, where you need it, and do what you can. If you haven't got a shot, hey, I got a shot. I had no. I had no like symptoms. I didn't even get that sick, just a little soreness in the arm. So
I had no symptoms when I got my
I'm
2
still
shots.
here.
I had no symptoms at all. I was fine, but then I'm always sick, so it's Like
So
I had a
do what
feeling,
you
yeah,
gotta do.
that was good.
Stay safe out there. We will see you back here next Saturday. Don't want to miss it. It's the
The horror
special
show.
horror show with Dion and Ed. Our number one, number two, number three pop culture kids are going to be in the house. It's a takeover.
Wait,
So please,
Audrey says maybe a reality TV night.
ooh. Now, if you can host that, because I got to be honest,
I don't watch reality TV, Audrey.
exactly. I am
I
not
don't
up.
watch
Well,
reality
unless you
TV.
consider like DY, what is it, the Do It Yourself Network, or
Mm-mm.
um,
Mm.
like if it's like a Chip and Joanna kind of fixer upper,
Yeah,
kind of.
I don't
Okay,
watch
that's
reality.
about.
Audrey,
Or what's the
inbox
other one?
inboxes.
There's DYI, but there's another channel
The twin brothers? Is that what you're talking about?
like the Property Brothers. Yeah. Oh, that's
The
so
Property
good.
Brothers? Yeah, they
Oh, I
freaked me out a
love it.
little bit. They freaked me out a little bit.
The Property Brothers, they're awesome.
They're a little freaky.
No,
They're a little
no,
freaky.
no. Love
Yeah, they're a little
you,
freaky.
cousin Lisa. Good night.
We love you,
Continue
Lisa.
to
Love you.
live on purpose.
Yeah, love you,
How
Lisa.
awesome is that?
Yeah.
But yeah, if it's HDTV, I'm all the way in. But some of that other stuff, like those housewives and those bachelors, and
Yeah.
people
The
living in
Bachelor and
houses with
Bachelorette,
straight
that's like
people,
to me,
I
that's just like
you know what?
You had to convince me to like the Bachelor and Bachelorette. Like you had to really sell me hard on the Bachelor and the Bachelorette. That's just,
Yeah, I think my days of reality TV stopped with the Real World.
yes.
I think
The first season with Puck.
no, that was not the first season. Puck was not
That
in the
wasn't?
first season. No,
Wasn't Puck the first season?
no. Actually, I think he was like the third, like the second or
Really?
third season. Yeah, look it up. But
that
you know
guy
what?
still
We're gonna
alive?
have to have Audrey in here one day, and she can lead us down the road with the best
Is-
in reality
Is
television.
is Puck still alive?
I believe so, because he was on the show with Pedro, and I think that was either the second or third season with Puck and Pedro, and because Pedro did pass away, and that was like one of the first kind of people to put like a face
Hold on a
on the
second.
AIDS epidemic. And you're still reading.
I don't know. Ed, I don't know who Michael Jackson was supposed to do Beat It with. I know he was supposed to do Bad with Prince, but
He was
Prince
supposed to do
backed out.
bad with Prince,
He was
but
supposed
Prince
to do Bad,
didn't
but
want to
Beat It. I
sing
don't
the
know who
line,
he was
"Your
supposed to do
butt
it.
is mine."
Yeah, but
He didn't
Prince
know
didn't like
what
that
they were
line. Your
talking
butt is
about.
mine, because Prince is like, your butt ain't like my butt ain't yours, and your butt ain't mine. So for as sexual as Prince was, he let it be known that he wasn't gay, and he's like, yeah, I don't like that line. We ain't doing that. I'm too funky for that, because Prince is the man.
Oh, he was supposed to duet with Prince on "Beat It."
No, I don't think so, Ed.
That
Like
would've
I'm a Prince connoisseur. Nah, man.
You know all things Prince.
I know all things Prince.
Anyway, I know all things 9:30. Time to go. Lights out. Good night.
Oh,
Good night,
good night,
Cleveland.
everybody. I'm a little bit country and I'm a little bit rock and roll.
Okay. You know, there's a whole no singing thing that happens or supposed to happen. I don't know why you go there. Anyway,
I had to do it.
we're out of here because
We're out of here.
it's not my fault you were late.
Yeah,
So
I know. It's not my fault. It's my fault. It's my fault. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Like I tell all my girlfriends, I'm wrong. God bless your soul and keep living, man. Peace. Have a safe week, and we'll see you back here next week for the horror show. The horror show is going to be lit. Be in the building.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for geeking out with Kathy and Kenny on Kathy and Kenny Explain Pop Culture.